I was expecting a little bit more of a dramatic beginning, but hey, this works. Welcome to my realm, located beyond both time and space. It is well that thou art here. I am that which humans call Arceus. Now I wish to know thine appearance. And we have the avatar select. Well, I suppose now is as good a time as any. Hello everyone. If anyone is watching this, I'm Blaze. And this is my first real recording ever. This YouTube channel you're watching right now has been a pipe dream of mine for the better part of the last decade, and I'm finally getting around to doing anything about it. Suppose I offer you a warm welcome, but we've wasted enough time already here. What is thy name? Well, I kind of just got to that. Yep, that's it. That's me, all right. Blaze. Soon thou shalt find thyself in a world strange to thee. A world inhabited by wondrous creatures that humans call Pokémon. Yeah, that's why I'm here. Blaze. Seek out all Pokémon, and thou shalt find me once more. Oh, darkness. Oh, no, there I am. Oh, our generation, all so obsessed with our phones. Oh no, I'm already getting political. That's not good. I kid, of course. Hello? Oh, it's the big man himself. This game already looks great. Oh, there it is. Knew we were going to get that title screen eventually, but yeah, this game already looks so much better than almost everything else I've experienced from Pokemon so far. Oh! Hello! Wake up! Yes, that's me. Yes, I will do that. Oh, do wake up, won't you? It's the fellas. Are you alive, my boy? Ah, it's the man. I know this guy. I've seen this guy already. Professor Lavington. You gave me quite the shock, falling from the sky like that. But thank goodness you seem unharmed. I don't think I actually need to ask where I am. Pretty recently I played Brilliant Diamond. That was meant to be my first recording for this channel, but I just sort of ended up doing that on my own time before I started any of this and determined that this would be the first thing I put here. But just judging by the shape of things, my first guess is that this is sort of like Sand Gem Town area. I guess I already know the answer to both these questions, but I'll ask who he is. I'd like to ask you the same. I mean, you fell out of the sky, you understand. Come now, who in the world does that? I must say, your clothing is unusual. You wouldn't happen to have an acquaintance in these parts, would you? I doubt it. I see. You seem to be in a bit of a pickle. Might I offer you some directions? Do you have somewhere around here you could stay? I don't know. I mean, genuinely, in character, I would not know a thing about where I am, so... So you don't know anyone here, and you don't even know where to spend the night. Well, this is a proper pickle indeed. Are you quite sure you'll be able to survive? Somehow, I guess. I mean... It's all a little vague, I guess. Yeah, this kid is kind of screwed. I see. Well, no gentleman would abandon a person in such need. Aw, we get Pokemon sounds. That's nice. Oh my, I'd completely forgotten. I had just caught up to these 3 runaway Pokemon when you tumbled out of the sky. It's almost as if they knew you'd appear here. Ah, but do you even know what a Pokemon is? Of course I do! My, that's a relief. Though you fell from the sky, it seems we have some common ground, eh? Yes, well, these 3 Pokemon belong to me, mysterious creatures that they are. Oh, yes, and what might your name be? Oh-ho! So you're called Blaze. That name has quite the ring to it. Oh, why, thank you. I imagine it must have some lovely meaning. Oh, but I do apologize. I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Laventon. I am something of a Pokemon professor. One of many. One of many. That is to say, I am a scholar seeking to deepen our understanding of Pokemon. Yes, Pokemon such as these 3 here Oh, there they go. Oh, no. Oh, blast and bother! My darling Pokemon! Why must you run from me again? I'm terribly sorry, but do you think you could help me round them up? I beg you. Okay. Wait, you 3! Wait! Well, right into the action, huh? Okay. Oh, okay, so built-in tutorial to get used to the movement controls. Nice. Oh, and the reticle is like an Arceus ring. That's fun. I'm frozen. Oh. There's a glowing beeping object over there. So that's how they explain that thing. It's literally just your phone from before you got whooped over into the region. I've been wondering how they, made that work. You found something that resembles a phone. It's probably your phone, but it's changed shape. You feel a strange power emanating from it. A message appeared on the screen. I bestow upon thee this Arc phone and thy mission. Seek out all Pokemon. Arc phone. That's the best they could come up with. Nice, okay. We'll work with that. We'll work with that. Oh, there he is. Alright, so there's a little bit of pop-in. Certainly not as bad as it was in, say, Sword and Shield. I played a little bit of Shield, but I never made it all the way through. Okay. Alas, yet another miss. Aha! I'm glad you've come to my rescue, my new friend from the sky. I tried catching my little runaways by tossing some Pokeballs their way, but I'm not the best at this sort of thing, you see. I'd love to give you a go at it, but perhaps I should tell you a bit about these 3 first? Now, that one is Rowlet. Rowlet can photosynthesize like a plant, and apparently it battles using its sharp feathers. The orb. That one over there is Cyndaquil. The fire burning on Cyndaquil's back will flare up whenever it is surprised or irate. My man. Look at those fire effects. That's definitely better. By a lot. Pokemon near the pond is Oshawott. Oshawott naps while floating on the water, and it can battle using the shell-like object on its belly. Oh my! I nearly forgot to cover the most crucial thing, how to go about catching Pokemon. Ah, finally, new mechanics. Here you are, my boy, Pokeballs. Throw these at Pokemon to catch them. 50! Oh, that's a lot. though I think I've seen some footage of this game, you definitely do throw these things. The phrase that comes to mind is willy-nilly. I get the feeling I'm going to be using a lot more of these than the 5 you're given at the start of the base games. Okay. But that won't do for an explanation, will it? I do apologize. Let me be more thorough. Now, I've mentioned already that Pokémon are strange, marvelous creatures. What's so strange about them, you ask? Well, each and every Pokémon is able to shrink itself down to minuscule size. And that's where Pokéballs come in. Pokéballs are a recent invention, you see. Throw one of them at a Pokémon, and why, the Pokémon will shrink down and fit inside the ball. Comfy as can be. And with that, you've caught a Pokémon. I know we've just met, but I'm afraid I've no one else to turn to. I'd be awfully grateful if you could catch my 3 runaways. Now, the proper technique is to aim at the Pokémon and let the ball fly. It's quite simple. Though, far be it from me to say so, I suppose, given my own dire lack of skill in this area. Alright, we got a brief tutorial. Right. So, this is the part where I choose the starter Pokemon, I guess, and I'm going to let you guys all know about something now, and assuming I play more Pokemon games on this channel, this is going to come into play in the future. I have something of an oath that I've had since my original Pokemon game, Pokemon Diamond. And I've held this oath for more than a decade. I always pick the fire type. There is no exception. There is no reason otherwise. I missed. Cool. There we go. Oh, it's like a little firework. Oh, wonderful. You've caught a Pokemon. Seems you've quite the knack for this Pokemon catching business, Blaze. Well, we've been doing it for the last 13-ish years. Jolly useful skill to have around here. Only 2 of my darling runaways left now. Still, this is most unusual. You don't seem fearful of Pokemon in the slightest. Alright, looks like I do actually have to catch all 3 here. I can hardly believe it, Blaze. Incredible. You know, many people fear to even approach Pokemon. Never mind catch them. Bravo indeed. Just one more to go. Let's wrap this up sharpish, shall we? Sharpish. And we get Oshawott. A hit, good. Oh! Yes, I'm afraid that can happen. Pokeballs are hardly 100% foolproof. Give it another go, old boy. Ooh. Sort of instinctually readied another one. I thought that one had missed. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, what a relief to have them all back. You see, the 3 Pokemon you caught have only just arrived at the village to help with our research. They won't yet listen to anyone. And as I mentioned, they bolted from the village almost as if they knew you'd come for them. But I must say, Blaze, I was taken aback by how well you use Pokeballs. How is it that you catch Pokemon so ably when you've only just arrived here? One can't help but think there's a reason you appeared here and now. Seek out all Pokemon. That object is an Arc phone, you say? What an odd device. Would it be guiding you somehow? If you'll indulge me for a moment, there's something I'd like to share with you. You see, I have a dream to complete this region's first complete record of its Pokemon. We in the field call such a catalogue a Pokédex. Yes, a proper Pokédex is a wonderful work of research containing detailed records of all the Pokemon to be found in a region. But in order to properly document Pokemon, one must, of course, catch them. And therein lies the rub, I'm afraid. Pokeballs have only just been invented, and not many have mastered the skill of using them. And to you, a person with such a clear talent for catching Pokemon, your goal is to seek out every Pokemon, Mine is to have all those Pokemon caught. Situation ripe for teamwork, don't you agree? Come now, what do you say? Shall we help one another out, my boy? Depends to me. And whoever and from wherever you may be, I welcome you with open arms. We've got a Pokédex to complete. First things first, let's get these Pokemon back to the village. Then we'll sort out your lodgings and find you some proper clothes and a meal and all that. Follow me then, onward to Jubilife Village. Really getting thrown right into things. And yeah, there is that in the background. I suppose I probably should have made mention of the weird crack in the sky. I guess I've just seen just enough footage that's like normalized to me already. Not ideal for a playthrough sort of thing, but yeah, you'd hope I would be going into this a little more blind. Anyway, thank you for your tireless work keeping us safe, my good guardsman. This young man was of great assistance to me and my Pokemon, so I hope you'll forgive my bringing him into the village for a bit. Alright, chill guy. You'll love to see it. Oh, there we go. Is Galarian wheezing in this game? Because they've got like the chimney back there. Weird. This way, if you please. Jubilife Village. It's come a long way thanks to the fine people of the Galaxy Expedition team. This road we're on now is known to the locals as Canala Avenue. The village was built scarcely 2 years ago. There's much to do yet and not many to do it. Since we know so little of the local Pokemon, people hesitate to set foot outside the village. Now, that impressive building up ahead of us is Galaxy Hall, headquarters of this entire outfit. Wow, I can speak, I promise. Oh, botheration. I'd almost forgotten. I need to go and report that we've successfully recovered the escaped Pokemon. Might I ask you wait for me at the canteen? It's just past this bridge here, then to the left. The Wallflower, it's called. So, yeah, pretty recently before doing this, I watched the review from a channel called Arlo. You know, if you watch a lot of Pokemon content, you might know him, particularly if you watch a lot of Nintendo content in general. I should probably investigate these things they're telling me to investigate. Canala Bridge. Oh, okay. It was just giving me the name. I've seen a fair bit about this game. I haven't looked too in-depth into the gameplay. I've tried to keep myself away from, like, too bad spoilers, but I've kind of failed in that. What I have heard is a theory that this place isn't actually, like, Jubilife City at all, because I don't think we see a distinct spot for it on the map. Like on the world map. It's a little more vague. But, you know, the fact that this is called, like, Canala Avenue, this could be, like, Canalave City or something. Floro Main Street. Okay, that's like Floroma. Yeah, okay. So, there's just a lot of stuff to question here, a lot of stuff to look out for. This guy I have been spoiled for, but won't spoil it for all of you. Well now, aren't you awfully suspicious? Okay, just say it out loud then. The Wallflower's for Galaxy Team folk only. We don't have seats for outsiders. Move along. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine, sure. Oh. Whoa. Who are you? I've never seen anyone dressed like you are. What if you were attacked by a Pokemon? You'd be mincemeat in those flimsy clothes. If the guard let you through, you must have ties with somebody in the village. Perhaps you've met Professor Laventon? He's a scholar from a faraway place. His Pokemon do get away from him at times, though. Makes me a bit worried for him. Suppose I'm hardly one to talk. I've had some trouble with Pokemon myself. I was hit by a Pokemon move called Thunder Shock not long ago and had to take to my bed. The professor, well, I do wonder how long he'll last. Unfortunately, it's just as Akari says. I'm a clumsy sort of fellow, to put it mildly. But, Professor! Hey, bud! But everything will be quite alright now. Blaze here has agreed to help us with our Pokedex. She seems unimpressed. Excuse me? You plan to appoint him to the Survey Corps? You can't just slap a badge on whoever you like without Captain Silen's permission. I'll allow it. Captain Silen? So it's Silene? I've got to find out the pronunciation of that. Oh man, I've probably just pissed somebody off in the comment section. Let's go with Silene. Assuming the individual can contribute to the Survey Corps, that is. I am the captain of the Galaxy Team Survey Corps. You may call me Silene. Professor Lavington has told me how you helped secure his Pokemon when they slipped his control, and now it seems he would like us to feed and house you in exchange for your ongoing labor. You look to be 15 or so. Quite old enough to work for your keep. But we can't simply take on a stranger who wanders in among us without any idea of their skills or origins. Tomorrow we shall see if you can prove yourself worthy. Oh, a most reasonable decision, Captain. Now, would you care to join us for a meal? I'm sure you've got plenty of questions for our visitor. That's quite all right. I prefer to eat alone, so I might appreciate my meals without distraction. Then I guess he's just taken up the whole saloon then? Aloof as always, I see. Well, no matter. The rest of us can share a meal and some pleasant conversation then, eh? Benny, old chum, the usual potato mochi if you please, but make it for 3 today. Oh, we're getting food. Wonderful stuff, Benny. Much obliged. Your potato mochi never fails, please. Aww. We're gonna be so proud. Professor Lavington, where exactly did you meet our visitor here? Ah, well, you know that great hole in the sky, the one people call the space-time rift? Our new friend fell right out of it. You can't be serious. Come now, I am a scientist. My job is to observe and explain any and all phenomena. I concern myself only with facts. Now, you already know there are many Pokemon here in the Hisui region. That there are, in the grass, in the forest, by water, or wherever they like. Our job at the Survey Corps is to research them and find out what kind of creatures they are. Well, we know this much. Pokemon are terrifying creatures. It's all but impossible to know what kinds of powers they might possess, or what sorts of wondrous things they can do. But that's where Blaze will come in. He successfully caught 3 Pokemon, 3 of them in quick order, you understand. Nobody in the Galaxy team is capable of a feat such as that. This means we can finally begin our Pokemon research in earnest. 3? We have a hard enough time catching even 1 when wild Pokemon come after us. Ah, well, to be perfectly fair, the Pokemon that fled to the beach weren't on the attack. But the key to catching Pokemon is getting close enough to aim your Pokeball well. It seems that our new friend is fearless enough to do just that. Does the Survey Corps really have the leeway to be enjoying a leisurely meal with this outsider? Your captain just ordered 10 whole portions of potato mochi, you know. Slow progress on that Pokedex of yours clearly has her on edge. I'm sure we'll start to rein in the good captain's stress eating soon enough. Now, have your fill, Blaze. And think, if you make it into the Galaxy team, you'll never have to worry about a meal again. The team provides for all its members' needs, even if said members fell out of the sky. Okay, hopefully we're finally getting started soon. That was quite delicious indeed. Yes, the food was lovely, but more importantly, you do remember that Blaze has a trial to pass to join the Survey Corps, don't you? Not to worry, I have complete confidence in Blaze's skills. Let's hope it is not misplaced. Blaze, was it? For tonight, at least, we will provide you with a place to sleep. You may use our quarters there. Player house? Interesting. But if you fail to pass the trial we put you to tomorrow, you must move on. You will be expelled from the village to meet your fate, and perhaps your death in the wilds. Okay. A little on the nose there. A little bit. Come on. I'm gonna die, aren't I? Captain Silene's somewhat like Hisui in that they're both quite harsh. But now, she simply puts on a stern front to help keep us all safe. At any rate, I think it's time we turned in for the night, eh? It's a good thing one can't fall out of the futons we sleep in here. I imagine our new friend has had quite enough falling for one day. And with that, I bid you both a good night. Yes, good night. Ooh. A rift in the sky. People falling from it. The world is full of mysteries. You know what that reminds me of? In the little opening cutscene of Diamond and Pearl, we see Mount Coronet there, with like clouds swirling around it. Rift kind of reminds me of that. Huh. Nice little place. I doubt it's customizable. Not that I usually really have the creativity to customize a space anyway. Books. Survey tip. Oh, this is like the... Oh, that's like the adventure tips from the base games. Handy tips for team members. Don't wish your toils to be forgotten. Diligent record keeping will save you from such a fate. And there's our save. There's our menu. And there's our save. Got it. Cupboard here, dresser. I imagine that's sort of where we'll change our outfits and whatnot. Resting until tomorrow morning. Woo. Oh, cutscene here. Oh boy. Bidoo. Bidoo. Ooh. That's gonna be important. That had a lot of controller rumble to it. And those like red, green, blue particles definitely reminiscent of like I think what we saw of the distortion world in Platinum. Yeah. Some consistent art design there. Good morning, Blaze. Are you up? Quite some lightning last night, wasn't it? Today's the day of your trial, so let's give it our all. Chest looks like you're storing lots and lots of items in it. So yeah, I guess that'll be for like, you know, inventory and stuff, and that dresser will be for clothes change. Oh, and you can see the red, green, blue particles on the little loading icon. What lovely weather we've got. I hope you had a nice sleep, and even if this land is strange and new to you. Let's get to headquarters. Captain Silene is waiting. Well, best not to keep her waiting then. If it wasn't entirely clear, absolutely none of this is scripted. I have no idea what I'm doing. That old-style Galaxy logo. Still so weird that what ends up being like the evil team is, you know, sort of our organization for this game. we go. Ooh. Okay, so this music, you're getting little bits of themes of Professor Rowan's lab from Diamond and Pearl. Before I made this channel, one of the thoughts I had for it was that I would have like a gimmick where I'll just spend a second to point out parts of a piece of the soundtrack that I like. And yeah, this has Professor Rowan's theme written all over it. Which, mind you, is pretty definitively one of my favorite pieces of video game music ever. Just fantastic stuff. I'll get back to the game now. The Survey Corps' offices are here on the first floor. Don't give up! Keep those eyes open! Wild Pokemon, they were everywhere, attacking from all sides. I sent out my partner Pokemon, but against a whole pack, outnumbered. This is what happens when you go so far afield. But the Medical Corps will put you to rights. That man's with the Security Corps. Even with his own partner, he took a beating from wild Pokemon. Without a partner Pokemon of your own, you might find this trial particularly trying. Captain Silene, Blaze is here. You may enter. Thanks. Let us get straight to it. If you wish to join the Galaxy Expedition team, prove yourself capable by going out into the Obsidian Fieldlands and catching 3 different species of Pokemon. Bidoof, Starly, and Shinx. Catching 3 Pokemon from the start? No one in the Galaxy team has ever managed that. Did this stranger not catch 3 different Pokemon only yesterday? My trial should be simple enough for him, if the professor wasn't exaggerating things, that is. The Galaxy team does not have the means to provide for those who only take without giving. If you wish to stay, you must prove beyond any doubt that you'll be an asset to our cause. I will lend you one of our Survey Corps satchels to carry whatever you may need in the field. Alright, and there's our bag. That satchel doesn't exactly match your mode of dress. Akari, I'll expect you to step in if anything goes awry. Finally, first mission, okay. Okay, so that gives you the option to, switch to that waypoint. Got it. Pardon, Blaze. Come with me a moment. Now then, a jolly good morning to everyone. Is something the matter, Professor Lavender? In order to complete our Pokédex and, well, simply survive in this unforgiving land, Blaze absolutely must pass this trial. And as a professor of Pokémon, I've got just the ticket to help accomplish that. Yes, the starter selection! Finally! Go on, Blaze. Pick the Pokemon that strikes your fancy. With a partner of your own, you'll be able to fight off wild Pokemon outside the village. These little darlings are very dear to me, but it's plain to see they're rather curious about you. Well, my boy, which Pokemon would you like to keep as your very own? Ah, the decision is so very clear. My man. Do you want Cyndaquil as your first partner? Absolutely. Absolutely. Love me a fire type. And with that, one of the Pokemon you caught at Prelude Beach for me will now be yours to keep. Good show. I've tucked Cyndaquil back inside its Pokeball for you, so take it. It's yours. You received Cyndaquil. Huh. Pretty sure that was a play on the usual sound effect for when you get a Pokemon from the professor. I assume there's going to be a lot of those in this game. A word of advice, my boy. Pay close attention to which Pokeballs are empty and which ones contain a Pokemon when you're out in the field. They look as if they're cheering on their friend Cyndaquil. Or perhaps they're jealous that it gets to help you with your trial. That could well be. They did go dashing from the village... Oh, I got the people wrong. Shoot. Okay, so those last couple lines were Kari, actually. That could well be. They did go dashing from the village when Blaze fell out of the sky after all. Well, not to worry, you two. I'll have you assist me with my research for now. Love them. So cute. By the by, what species has Captain Silene charged you with catching? Ah, well, that's smashing. All 3 of those species can be found in the Obsidian Fieldlands. Let me give you some Pokeballs to use during your trial then. 20 more? Okay, so I'm sitting at, what, 65 now? These Pokeballs may be handcrafted, but they work a treat, as you've clearly seen. You'll have this trial cleared in no time. I guess you're finally ready. You'll have to leave the village for your trial. Turn left after you exit headquarters, then head for the gate. Oh, no, okay. So he's just given me 20 then. The 50 were just for that tutorial earlier. Never mind then. There's our map. Of course, heading that way will be towards... Oh, I see some people in the distance there. I'm going to pause here. This might be the end of the first episode because I really don't want to go for it to go on too long. And yeah, I'm going to see how much footage I've got, edit it together, see if it's going to last me long enough. If not, you guys will never see this part. But if I decide I've got enough for one episode here, that'll be the end of episode 1. Thanks everybody for joining me. And you guys have a good one.